On today's episode of the Key Point, we are talking about love, culture, and identity, the modern influence on relationship. On the very start, we spoke about what love is. We use words such as bond, accountability, commitment, compromise, and many more. Love is a feeling that I believe is not something we can actually describe because its identity changes from time to time and according to different people, and it's eventually influenced by culture, is influenced by society and the evolution of technology. So to help us have the conversation on the very second part of the same topic, I have two wonderful people here. One has been on my show, one is also a former presenter, if I can say it. So thank you and you're welcome to the Key Point.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
I have Mr. Selom Olympio, who is a banking operations officer. His title keeps changing, so in case you see other episodes, he has a different title. Just allow it for us. And then I have Salome Atimma
Yes.
Akugre, who is an English language teacher. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
We are in the month of February, and so although I'm not so much of the love February month thing, but I think it is just suited that we have a conversation about love in the month of February. So definitely I will start with Mr. Selom on this one. What is love to you, and do you believe it still exists?
What is love, Jerry? I think that's one of the most complicated and complex questions you've asked me, and but I will try to define it. I think love is a deep and really intense feeling toward someone, and actually it's a powerful emotion that can motivate someone to act in a selfless and compassionate ways.
Okay. Compassionate and selfless.
Yeah.
Okay. So does it still exist? Do you think true love really exists?
Of course it exists. Yeah.
How would you know? Why would you say love actually exists or true love actually exists?
True love still exists, even though it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it still exists. When I see my parents, yeah, I know they still exist.
I mean, it's just around you, so it's a good. So, Salome, what is love to you?
Well, for me, I think love is a choice. It is a decision we make. I do not believe that love is a feeling.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell us why.
I believe it is a choice because you have to put in the initiative.
Okay.
Even though we talk about things like emotions, feelings, all of that, I believe that would rather be infatuation.
Really?
You know, more than love. For love, I think it is a decision because when we talk about the kind of love that is real, that is true, you realize that mostly effort is put in it. For instance, the love between parents and children, you realize that they decide that I would love this my child, even if the person is stubborn. Even if the person is not doing what they want, they still love the person.
That is quite an unusual perspective.
Exactly. So for me, love is a decision. So if I decide to love someone, I should not have any reason why I love the person, but just because I want to love the person.
Okay.
Really?
It's quite out of the box on this one, though.
I
Right?
know.
It is good. Okay, so in the expression of that love, we form bond or relationship. So regardless of it is from the family, from friends, at church, at work, whatever it is, how would you define relationship? But maybe let's put it more in the context of from a man to a woman or between man and a woman. How would you define a relationship?
Okay, so between a man and a woman, how would I define a relationship? I believe relationship in terms of a man and a woman that would stand the test of time should start from friendship.
Okay.
There should be that kind of bond of you being friends. Then you can go into probably the dating phase. Then that would lead to marriage. Yes, but you don't just get up and then you're in a relationship. It must start from somewhere.
So you don't believe in love at first sight and all those things?
No.
Wow.
I don't.
So, would you agree with what she said, Mr. Selom?
Not really. But I'm not just gonna say she's wrong.
Okay.
Actually, I want to jump on the first question. I would say love starts by a feeling. and end up with a choice.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think you just see someone on the road and say, I'm going to love this one. No. It starts with a feeling.
Okay.
For some reason, you see that person, you like the person, you have some, have some feelings toward that person, and you get close to the person. It's after that you get to know the person and choose to love him or not. Okay. So it starts with feelings. So it's both, actually.
Okay.
So when it comes to relationship, I think it's a connection, an association, or even an involvement between two people.
Okay.
Who decide to live together and to achieve some goals together, or even to actually end their life together.
Okay. Now, definitely, in today's world, there is always that. Okay, let's put it this: we've all agreed there is a factor which is a choice that has to be made,
right?
Whether from feelings or right away from the choice within feel how you feel. We've agreed there is a choice that has to be made.
Right.
So definitely, if you are now in the relationship, how do you think you can balance your personal freedom, being your natural self, and still be able to make a commitment? I'll start with Salome on this one in a relationship, because I believe relationship also has to do with commitment.
Exactly.
When you make the choice, you spoke about living together probably until the end of time or your life.
Yeah.
How do you balance being yourself, your natural self, and then still be committed to someone?
Okay, so I think that would have to do with self-identity in the first place. That's where we would talk about identity in the first place, because if I do not know myself, if I do not know what exactly I want, I do not know where I want to head, there is no way that then it means immediately I meet someone, I just like to follow the person's lead. Okay. But if I know myself, I know what I want, I have boundaries that I have set for myself, then if I meet someone, I know how exactly to feature the person into my life, even in our commitment, because I know that for me, this is what I want to do, and at this particular moment, I do not want to do A or B. And so for that matter, even if the person comes in saying at this particular moment, let's do this, I can respectfully decline or make the person understand the reason why I do not want to do a particular thing at a particular time. But first, I must know who I am. I must know what I want, what I do not want, how I even want, what it is that I want exactly. So first, you must know yourself and create healthy boundaries that would protect you, and then also allow your partner in question to know you. Give the person the chance to know you. And when the person knows you, so long as the person cares for you, because that is what love is. Love is also care. So the person cares for you, the person cares about you. Definitely the person would like to do what would make you happy or what would make you comfortable. But first, it starts from you. Okay. You must know yourself.
I feel like he's not really agreeing with something. He's agreeing. I don't really know. So what is your submission?
Yeah, Jerry. I think finding the right balance between freedom and commitment in relationship is really difficult. But I'm not going to say it's not achievable. Okay. It is. And I would say the first key point is communication.
Communication.
Yeah. You guys need to communicate. Each partner has to know the other one. Because lots of people, they don't know how to communicate actually. Some people, like she said, actually, you just get into a relationship and you don't know yourself. You just follow the other person. It's not going to work later on.
But I don't think it's a bad thing though, in the sense that sometimes you may not be able to discover yourself until you are actually in a conditional situation. And if that situation happens to be a relationship, then it means through the person's vision or the way the person goes about what he or she does, you may be able to find yourself or situate yourself. So you can discover yourself even by being even in a relationship with someone.
Okay.
So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to say.
There are some part of you that you would discover when you are with someone.
Okay.
But I believe the greater part of you, especially when it has to do with your personal values and your wants, that one you would have to discover it when you are by yourself.
Okay.
So I believe there is a need for everyone to be single first before they get into a relationship.
I get it.
Yes.
I totally agree.
Because, I mean, just look at this. We are born into a family. Growing up, we follow the lead of our parents. We do what our parents ask us to do. We eat what our parents provide for us. We grow to a certain point. You don't even get a chance to be alone, to get to ask yourself the question, what do I really want? Where do I really want to go? And then you are in a relationship. And then, of course, in a relationship, there must be compromise. Definitely, there must be compromise, because you cannot go to, like, you can't want to get 100% of everything that you want. Definitely, you can't get 100%. But then, when you know yourself, and then you know how to, of course, communicate what you want, definitely it will make it easier for the other person to appreciate you and to also make a compromise, and you can still get to be who you want to be, and that person can also get to be themselves. Because if you don't get a chance to be single, to get to know yourself, then you become very, I don't know how to say, but clingy. Yes, and that's where you become a burden to the other person, which shouldn't be. And I don't think if you're a burden to someone in a relationship, that relationship is gonna stand.
Okay.
Jury, yeah, I want to add to that one. I think, like, as for that one, I totally agree with Salome. Because for me, you don't just jump in a relationship. You have to discover yourself first. You have to know what you want in your life. Because, let's say, let me give an example. A young girl who doesn't know herself, she jumped in a relationship with a businessman. No, today everybody wants a businessman, a great businessman. Okay, but at the same time, she wants a partner who is always there for her, like physically. But you want a businessman, that means someone who probably will travel often. But at the same time, you want someone who is always there for you. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, and that will bring, like, let me use this Nigeria word, wahala in the relationship.
From the same submission you made, I think sometimes when you date, depending on the kind of person you're actually in a relationship with, it gives you that primary or first instinct about, okay, this is how a relationship is supposed to be. Okay. Because if you date a farmer, it's going to be different.
Exactly.
If you date a banker, a teacher, or even somebody who is 20 years old, 25, 16, it's going to craft your perception about how relationship should be.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we come to the aspect of money, because it's very important. Some ladies or some people say, well, I'm a simple person, I don't too much money, it's not my stuff and all that. But honestly speaking, money plays one of the, I can't say the major, but one of the major roles in terms of how a relationship goes or the direction in which it goes. There are in the previous episode, one of the guests articulated that even if you are someone who doesn't spend money too much, or you feel too much spending is not good, at least on rare occasions like birthdays and Valentine's days and what have you, you should be able to spend something.
Of course.
But sometimes ladies might tell you, oh, me, I'm simple, I'm not like those girls who chase after so and so, but they still expect you at the same time to spend. That's one of the most confusing things. Salome, enlighten us. How much money is needed when it comes to relationship, and should money matter more than love in a relationship?
How much money? Yes. I can't say how much money.
Okay, for you,
but
how much
definitely
money?
There should be money. I can't say how much money, but definitely there should be money. And I would not say that money should be ahead of love.
Okay.
But money in love makes things better. Me, I would like to take you to the Bible.
Yes.
Because when you read Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verses 19, it says that a feast is made for laughter and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things.
I like when they quote the
Yes, exactly. So money is necessary. If we have to eat, money. Someone said that money is not everything, but everything is affected by money. If I need to dress well for you to take me out, money. In fact, even if before we have to go out, is money. So it means that money plays an important role in everything we do. But I believe in what we call the 21st century woman, where you need to learn to be independent, learn to get basic stuffs for yourself, learn to get what you want for yourself. But it does not spoil, it does not cancel the fact that we are still women, and what we want is to be catered for. Okay. So yes, I love you, and I would want to do everything I want to do to show you how much I love you. But money is still needed. That is the truth.
Like a contract, there's always a clause somewhere.
Exactly. So we always need money in a relationship, but it is not everything in a relationship. Because recently there's a footballer that got divorced. His wife divorced him.
Hope it's not Hakimi though.
No, not him. Not him. This was another one, a very popular one. I don't know how the name has escaped me, but a very popular footballer that the wife filed for a divorce. And what was her reason? She wasn't getting attention.
But you're married to
a footballer. It did not have to do with money.
He will get to some stage, maybe on retirement or when he's not able
to but at that moment, her need is not being met, and it is not money. There are people who are also divorcing their husbands, not because they are not having the attention, but because the money is not there. Okay. So money is not the greatest factor, but I believe if money is in it, it would solve a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, Jerry. Money is not the foundation of a relationship, but if someone tells me today money is not important, I will just tell you are still ignorant. Yeah, because we don't eat money, we don't drink money, but we need money for a base. We don't eat love. I wanna say, okay. But we need money for our basic needs. And a relationship is not just feelings, it's not just love, I love you, and that's all. It's taking care of a woman. Relationship is taking a woman out. Relationship is building a house. And all those need money. When your girlfriend is sick, you're not gonna go to the hospital and say, I love her, please take care of her. No, you need money. Yeah. So money has an important place in a relationship.
On the first part, we did look at gender roles and expectations when it comes to relationship, in the modern world. Right. So if you are saying that money is important, why is it often attributed to the male side? If we are saying money is important, I want Salome to clarify or enlighten us on this one.
I don't know why you're pushing this on me.
We did agree that money is important.
Yes.
But from both submissions, the direction is always going to the male aspect.
Right. Yes, we are also talking about culture, right? So
okay.
Definitely that would play a role. And of course, even though this time we are talking against chauvinism, and we are trying to portray more of feminism, empower the woman and all. When a woman is a soldier on the battlefield, she's a soldier. When she comes home, she's a woman. Yes.
The same principle doesn't apply to men, I suppose.
No. You are still, when you come home, you are still the man. You are the head wherever you go. So definitely I just know that there is this part of a woman where she loves to be catered for. She loves to be taken care of. Someone would say that a woman is always the one at the receiving end. And when you look at how nature is, everything female receives. So allow us to receive. You guys should be the head.
But sometimes you want
but
us
it
to
does
be
not
heads
mean
without
that
the authority that comes with it.
Oh no, I think it comes with the authority. Well,
not
so long
everyone,
as
okay.
so long as a woman wants to be catered for in everything, I know she has her part.
Okay.
And every woman who knows her part knows that she's also supposed to be a support to her husband, or to her partner.
Biblically
She's also
speaking, actually, to a woman is supposed to help.
yes,
the man.
yes, help.
Not to
So
be helped. She is the help to the man.
She is the help to the man.
Yes.
It means the man should have a position where she can help.
It wasn't conditioned. You understand? The being help to the person means if it is 50 that I have and you have 25 or 10, you can add to it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Exactly.
by adding it to it, it can generate more so it can spread on all of us.
Yes,
So it doesn't have to be a condition.
she helps, but she doesn't provide.
Okay, well, I think
That's
we can
it.
differentiate on the
So
choice of
yes,
words.
so she is supposed to help you, but you are supposed to provide. Then she can help.
Okay.
So first, I believe that in a relationship, the man should always take the initiative, and then she would help. I just don't believe in the case where the woman sits back all the time and expects the man to be bringing in all the time. It's supposed to be, and it can be 50-50, definitely. It should be 70-30.
Okay, so definitely we've spoken about how to be yourself while still being committed. I can't say quantifying money per se, but the ratio as to which money is involved in the relationship. So definitely as a person, if you know yourself, like you establish which you agreed to, you have ambitions, you have dreams, you have missions. So definitely there will come a time where difficult decisions begin to pop up. You're in a relationship, which means as a wife or as a woman, there's a role for you to play. As a man, there's a role. Now, your career choices, your dreams, how would you be able to still chase after that dream individually or collectively, whichever way, and still be able to support your partner? For example, the woman wants to do PhD, but she's a wife at home. She has to go to school, probably go to work, still take care of the home. Or in the reverse case, the man probably was working somewhere, now he's got a higher position, so he comes with more responsibilities. He's supposed to do that, take care of the woman and the children. How do you individually in that relationship pursue your goals, achieve your dreams, at the same time supporting each other? What are some of the tips or advices you can give on that? I'll start with Ms. Ellen.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry, for the question. I think that's one of the hardest part in the relationship. But once again, I think communication is the key. Okay. Like open and honest dialogue. You have to talk about your career, goals, aspirations, and challenges when getting into the relationship, and be honest. Because sometimes people get afraid that if I tell him that I want to do this, he will run away. But you shouldn't. You have to be honest. It's better to actually find someone who understands you.
Exactly.
So that the relationship will work later on, that because of love and feeling, get into a relationship and then feel like in prison, where you can achieve your career anymore. Because you won't be happy in that relationship.
So communication to you
is one of the major key of.
Okay. But what about compromise? Sometimes no matter how you communicate, maybe from the beginning whatever you said is okay, it's understandable, but life comes with obstacles every day, every now and then,
right?
So there will come to a point where maybe you want to revise what you said and the other person might think, oh, you told me a lie from the beginning, you're not being honest. So there are certain points you are torn between to compromise on maybe your own principle or your own vision, either forever or temporarily for the other person. How would you handle such a situation?
I wanted to jump on the second point, which is understanding and empathy. Okay. We are, as human beings, even our goals can change. Our mind can change with times. I can see something today when we met. 5 years later, my dreams, my goal, my vision, they all have changed. So we need understanding. We need empathy towards our partner. If not, a relationship cannot work, no matter how much you communicate and talk about everything at the beginning. Like 20 years ago, I wanted to be a doctor, but today, no.
It is very true, very true. I'm not throwing shades at women, because I feel like you're feeling I'm throwing shades at women, but I am not. There is this common saying that career women don't make the best wives, or are not able to actually be in a relationship and stuff because there's too much focus on chasing the dream, making the this and that. Aside that, how would you be able to balance that chasing of your dream, supporting your partner, as a woman per se?
As a woman, of course. So I believe this is mostly where my role as someone who is supposed to submit in a relationship comes in. It does not mean that I would completely give up on my dream, but it means that I should know when to put my partner ahead, as the head of the family. So we both have degrees, probably we both have master's degree, and then we get into a relationship, we are in a marriage, and then we both want to go ahead and probably get a PhD or something, but we cannot afford to do it because we do not have so much time on our hands. Probably by then there's a kid or two. So definitely I should understand that, okay, I think my husband should go ahead, get a PhD. I can be doing this while he is doing that. Probably by the time he is done, and most of the times you realize that in a relationship the women are like, they have the younger ages. So definitely I can consider a factor like that. Probably he's about 37 or he's 40 and I am somewhere in my early 30s. If he goes ahead to get a PhD, at a later year I can still get mine and still work with it. Or better still, I also believe that in a way, most of the times it scares the men the more than it scares the women. It does, because a man would feel like if a woman is above me, she's not going to respect me, she's not going to submit, she's not going to do what I want, she's going to feel she is bigger, and so they try to suppress. And I don't think it is the best. You are a man. I believe one of the ways is to nurture your woman. Let her become the best version of herself. And that best version of herself still goes on to throw light on you. Because I believe everyone would feel honored to have their wives, doing the most. Then they can sit down and point, that is my wife, that's my woman, that is my beloved. Everyone would know that your husband is taking good care of you. Everyone, even if a woman is doing it on her own, people say that it is your husband who is doing it for you. So in as much as a woman, I would like to support my husband's goals and his dreams, his career, his vision and everything. If I want to push, I don't think he should have the fear of pushing me ahead, but let's nurture it. Let's do it with so much care, and of course let's understand each other, what we want. Let's know, all right, we both want to pursue something. Where would this one get us? How quickly would we get there? Which one would help us best? And then we can make a decision from there.
Okay, so I think, I would agree on her and on several points that she raised. The next thing to look at will probably be technology, because, like we said, a modern influence on relationship. So we have technology that is evolving People are connecting in different ways. People are dating in different ways. Relationships have been crafted in different ways. I've probably, upon research, gathered that there are some people who even married during COVID online.
Right.
There are some who, even though they did it in physical, the man was in a different country, the woman was in a different country. They still have to connect through social media or through technology. There are some also in some countries, for some reason, are allowing people to be in a relationship with a robot, or I don't know if it's a pet or whatever choice they make. I still don't understand it. So how would we say technology has shaped the way we connect with people, the way we date people, and the way we get into relationship? I'll start with you.
We're fine. Okay. As for me, Jerry, I'm not into technology. I don't like it at all, and I think it's just bringing a big mess in the world. Okay. But I'm not gonna say it just have negative effects. For people who date like long distance dating, or use those dating sites, I think today we have AI that help, those algorithms that help people to match and all those stuff. So I can say it help people to actually meet what they're actually looking for. But at the same time, I think technology is actually breaking relationship, like destroying relationships. People are not building like real and strong bonds anymore. You can see two partners together in a restaurant and both are on their phone.
Well, during the very first part, someone brought that same ideology, and I explained in the sense that, for example, we can't be in a restaurant and naturally, probably while we are waiting for food, there's a drink or something, or there's nothing, we are just waiting for food. I will be on my phone, you'll be on your phone. I could see something funny or something, and I will just either give you the phone, you look at it, we laugh, or I can send it to you, you watch it and say, oh, what do you mean by that? It becomes to be a conversation.
Okay.
So if it is just a starter to a conversation, I don't think it's so much wrong. Probably when it becomes a habit, or people are so much into it that they don't have anything else to discuss. When there's no phone, there's nothing to talk about. Then
exactly.
I think
that's what I'm pointing at. Okay. Even like when I'm not that old, but I'm not that young either. Like when I was in primary or even secondary school, like when you like a girl, you have to think and maybe write a letter. But today you can just go on Google, or even like ask an AI app that give me a good, I don't know, song or
run up.
And you will just copy the thing and paste it. Like there is no real, you know what I mean?
I mean, traditionally, Steve Harvey did say in one of his shows that to him, he doesn't have any stance against technology, but the essence has to be that a boy will have to meet a girl.
Right.
So you still have to meet the person physically. My dad once told me before that gone are the days where for you to even court a lady or even talk to a lady or whatever, you are expected to come to the lady's home,
right?
Speak to the father or ask permission from the father.
Right.
If the father isn't there, maybe the elder brothers or an elderly person, before you have been permitted to do whatever, because at that instance or then, maybe the moment you mention your family name, they already know something about your family, where they come from, or they know someone. They can inquire background check on you to feel, is this guy really serious, so and so. But nowadays with technology, it's just a matter of having the person's contact.
Exactly.
Or access to the person's account on social media.
Yeah.
Some people start dating years before their parents even get to know they're even dating someone.
Right.
So when you speak about that organic relationship or forming that base being absent, I would agree. Although you still cited the point of communication or making it, easier or instant for people.
Yeah.
So if you have anything to add before.
And one thing is, in life, when you pay the price to get something, you take care of that thing.
It's true.
So going back to the organic relationship, like back in the day, when you go to a girl's house, like when the first thing you are even afraid of to see the father. Maybe you wait in the corner for like 1 hour, and some send someone to call her. She will come out like 2 hours later. You will talk 5 minutes. Like, you really pay the price before you get that girl. So you will actually take care of it. But when it's easy, like you meet the person on the street, give me your Instagram, give me your number, and that's all. 2 messages, you're in relationship. That's one of the reasons why relationships don't last anymore.
Exactly.
6 months later, where is your girlfriend? We are not together anymore. Because you didn't pay the price. So yeah, technology may probably make things so easy that we don't feel
we don't value.
Yeah, we don't value the relationship anymore.
Miss Lomé, anything to add?
Oh, well, I know that everything has positive effects as well as negative effects, and one of the very evident negative effects that we can see when it comes to technology is the fact that we lose that face-to-face connection. And I believe it's one of the ways for you to really get to know someone, especially notice some blind spots in the person, because you can ask me to tell you about myself. I'll tell you what I know about myself. But when you get a chance to spend time with me, you really get to know that, okay, she is also this way, but she probably doesn't even know she is that way. Or when you also get close to me, you can get to know my friends, get to know my family, and hear from them what they have to say about me. But now with technology, well, you have my contact, I have your contact. I text you good night, you text me good morning, good afternoon, what have you eaten? Even if I haven't eaten that, I tell you that's what I have eaten. You've got to believe me.
There's no transparency.
I mean, yes. So that is all you know about me. And it is surprising to know that lots of people can be in a relationship. Some people have never met before, but the person would tell you, I'm so in love with him. And it's, I don't know, maybe it can be, I don't know. But at that particular point.
So for you, it's not something that is workable or imaginable to fall in love with someone you haven't met?
Someone I haven't met physically? No, I don't think I can.
If you allow me, Jerry,
you already didn't believe in love at first sight, so I can understand.
If you allow me, Jerry, I would like to add something.
Okay.
Today, the rate of divorce is so high, and I think it's one of the cause is technology. Even the physical, like love, normally start with physical attraction.
Sure.
So technology allows us to have long distance relationship. So someone in France who meet someone online and they start talking. Okay, he thinks he thinks that this girl is fair skin, for example. But 2 years later they will meet and he will find out that the girl is actually dark skin. And all those pictures were fake, like those Snapchat filters and all those things. Or some people, they even date for 2 years and all, like whatever they do, those video chat, they only see the upper part of the body. So the guy didn't even know that the girl was a creeper.
Yeah.
I
think I've seen something like that.
Well, we are fine behind time. So what are some of your advice or caution, if I can use the way you want to give to people who are interested in the love, culture and identity, knowing themselves, expressing their love and being influenced by culture? What advice do you have for them?
I would say the traditional way is the best way.
Back to our roots.
Yes, back to our roots. And my last advice to people will be, even though love is complex, difficult, studies have proved that social bond, like real strong social bond, are really important. for human being. When you love someone, love is actually a fundamental need of a human being. And yeah, when you love someone and you have that bonds, you are healthier and you are happier. You even help to settle stress and anxiety. So yeah, don't run away from love.
I think everything that is good is not easy to get.
Exactly.
That is it. So Miss Salome, what advice or last words you have for our viewers?
Okay, so for me, what I would say is, first of all, love yourself. I believe that you should learn to show yourself so much love, because you are only able to give out what you have. If you do not have something, you cannot give it to another person. Right. And so if you want to show someone so much love, in order that you receive so much love from the person, first cultivate that love for yourself. Get to know yourself. Not like love your flaws and sit on it and say, this is who I am, but love your flaws so much so that you are ready to pay the price to work in order to become a better version of yourself. And so when you are presenting yourself as a whole to someone, the person would not have a choice than to also present themselves as a whole to you. And then also about culture, I think it's high time when we grow, we try to break away from certain societal, norms, because there are certain things that society expects of us that is not really the best. So let's get to know what are these things that society teaches that actually aligns with my values and my norms. And then with that together, when you get into contact with someone, you know exactly how to give love and how to receive love. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for your submission. This is a topic that we can keep talking about it, and it will never end. But the very few words I have kept for this conversation is, first of all, love is selfless. It is a choice or a decision. It is something you do, forming bonds. It has to be organic and it has to be real. No matter how tough it is, it's not something you should give up on. So we've come to the end of this episode. Thank you for joining us on The Key Point. You can watch us every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. Catch a repeat same time on Sundays. And on YouTube is the New World TV, The Key Point playlist. On Facebook is The Key Point with double I. Thank you, Mr. Selom and Miss Salome, for joining us. I'm hoping we will have another conversation on this topic or similar ones next week. Yeah, thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
So it's a bye for you viewers. Thank you, Richard Yengao, which is my director for today. He's always been very excellent. You can see the skirmishes he's doing for us today. And thank the whole production team at the Regie. There are numerous, I can't mention all the names for today. And also for my production assistant. Thank you very much. See you next week.